Officially, for the record, today is April 28th. This is a meeting of the Underground Utilities Mapping Project team. And with that rolling along, our agenda is broken out and planned for today. Chair opening comments. I've moved the OCC effort ahead. I'll do my admin comments on the backside. Then we'll do small group updates. We're going to get a chance to look at FusionView, where it's at, and there's going to be an extended discussion based on some inputs that need to come from the larger group to, if you will, finish the programming elements there to get our prototype up and running. And then we'll have a 20-minute on the back end open discussion if need be. I got a feeling the FusionView thing is going to run well into that time. We'll see how it goes, and then wrap up. And with that, Barb, the floor is yours.
Okay, thanks. Welcome, everybody. I know it's the busy season, but not as many people today, but we still have 18. So that's great. I just am working on my presentation to senior leaders of Minnesota utility companies. I made some good progress the last couple of days. So I'll send that around in the near future to various folks to get some input. And then I'm looking forward to Bob's FusionView demonstration today. So let's get going, and we'll hear from OCC first.
Let's see here. Apparently, I forgot to rearrange the slides, but there you go. Adam, the floor is yours. I'll stop the share, and I think, is it Christine that's going to grab the display?
Yes.
You're ready to go.
Yep.
Okie doke. I got to run some slides in reverse here. Give me a second. Yeah, I thought I had a great plan. I think, what did I say we're going to do next? Guess that's me. So here's what I have for you. I've really only got some administrative items. First one up there is, Barb, do you want to add any comments about your visit out at CGA?
Not really, other than I'm going to be on, maybe I mentioned this before, I don't want to be redundant. I'm going to be on 2 committees for next practices with CGA, one on the GIS/GPS for the locating and mapping, sharing of data, and the other one is on electronic white lining. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay.
Dean, I got to go over to you. I have not had a check-in from Olivia yet, and I'd like to get that social media stuff up and running, with the NUAR folks being our first, pat in the back kind of thing. And then for everybody here, the summer schedule, we got kind of a chopped up thing here, but I think it'll work out well, given the needs for certain levels of development and the rest of it. You can scribble down, there's going to be no large group meeting in May. June 30th will be our next. And Barb has given you July and August off to go swimming, catch fish, and do the rest of it, provided it warms up. Yeah. And then last but not least, resume things. September 29th would be the next time we get together after June 30th. So just by virtue of the span there, you actually, that's 3 months off. So there you go. And anything for me?
Well, we're going to continue to have our leadership meetings, because I do have to keep working on socializing this and meeting with utility companies, and we still need to keep working on the whole FusionView. So we don't want to lose any traction on some of the work. Right.
Hey, Steve or Barb, this is Brad. Real quick question. Barb, could you elaborate either right now or separately on what you just said about the CGA and the committees that you're on or participating on?
Yeah, CGA a year and a half ago developed a topic of next practices. What should we be working on to improve underground safety and reduce damages? 2 of those are better locates using electronic white lining. And then the second one is the use of GPS and GIS systems for better maps, and then sharing that map. Those are 2 of the of the next practices that CGA has identified.
Okay, so
And they
then
have
here's
working teams on those. So I'm going to be on both of those working teams.
so here's my question. Are you going to be reporting back to this group on what you're doing, and or is this a subject that I can suggest for one of our other professional groups? And maybe you could think about that separately. I don't want to put you on the spot right now.
Yeah, there's things on, you can just go to the CGA website and gather the information, what's going on.
Okay,
So it's
okay,
pretty
good.
readily available at Common Ground Alliance. I think it's
Yep.
.com.
Okay, good, good.
And
good.
they have a whole thing on next practices.
Well, you know, I'm looking for speakers, Barb, so I'm looking right
I
at
know,
you right now.
I
So
know.
notice that.
Yeah, not quite yet.
Okay, just checking.
She's gotten to be such a high demand item that
I
I don't think
know.
she's doing anything but going to meetings and presenting.
Well, if you've ever seen her in action in person, she does a great job, and I'm going to
Oh,
leave it there.
Thank you, Brad.
All right. Okay, here we go. We listened to Iowa, a very nice presentation, got that taken care of. And this is where we throw the respective parties under the bus. So Travis, you're up. Here we go. What do you got?
We don't have much of an update other than we're just trying to maybe help Bob out with any questions he has from group one locator wise to get the certain attributes or whatever to help out there. So since Bob's got the heavy lifting to do from this point forward, we're just looking for any way we can help him.
As you will find as we get into that discussion, we have a list of things that need to be done.
Super.
All right. Travis, thank you very much. So we're skipping Bob and as you've heard the outreach effort, Barb's going to be spearheading that to the degree of whatever, but I do not see Troy on the call here.
The one thing, Steve, I don't know if you mentioned it last time, but that presentation we have on YouTube from CGA or from the down in Phoenix is available on YouTube if you wanted to mention that too. People are curious on what this whole thing is about, this whole FusionView is about.
I'm not going to mention it to this group because the YouTube count on that video is like going through the roof. And so I don't want to promote it any further because I don't want you to get a big head.
All right. You're making money on YouTube, aren't you?
Yeah, not exactly. Okay, so Travis's point, well taken. You can always get to any of the YouTube videos that have been done, like, you know, today's presentations are going to get chopped apart and live as independent presentations. And then the admin part of the meeting will be there also. That's all up on MGAC EPC. The YouTube, if you Google that, you'll be on the YouTube channel and you can see Travis and the very well done, I think was it One Call Concepts development team that tweaked that thing, or who did that exactly?
It was OCC, yeah.
Yeah, did a very, very nice job of filming, editing, pulling it together. It's very well done. So
it's excellent. It's excellent.
So kudos to them in that regard, and everything that we've been doing is available to refresh yourself over on that YouTube channel.
Can you give me those initials again? It's the M.
Yeah, it stands for the Minnesota Geospatial Advisory Council. So it's MGAC, and then EPC for Emergency Preparedness Committee. And if you just type that in and then put in YouTube, it'll pop you up. You'll find it.
Because I was on our own private site today, and then I couldn't find some of these things. So thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know. I got a lot of work to do here. Okay. The cleaning things up, but we'll get there.
No, okay.
I think that leads us down to Dean. You have the floor, and then we're going to circle back to Bob.
Just a short update. We're still waiting for publication of the two American Society of Civil Engineer guidelines, 38, updating the one that's about 20 years old for guidelines for documenting existing utilities, and then the new 75 guideline, which will be for documenting new utilities and sharing data. I'm assuming that those guidelines will provide us with some helpful framework for what we're about to do next. And what we're about to do next is to start work on drafting the two major agreements, a distribution agreement with facility operators, and then an end user agreement with an end user, whether that's an excavator or a designer. And as we're starting to work on these based on some conversations that we've had, we're starting to realize that the needs of some of these end users are quite a bit different. So we may end up with a different agreement for a designer than we would for, say, an excavator or a locator. That remains to be seen yet. But we're hoping to get drafts in shape within the next month or so, and then start moving them around to some of the stakeholders and hopefully get some reaction and some useful feedback. And if there's anybody attending in this group that wants to see an early draft to give a reaction or to show it around internally at their organization to give some feedback, we'd very much appreciate that. And perhaps after the meeting, you can contact me offline and let me know that you'd like to see it. So that's where we're at.
All right, thank you, sir. And I think anybody have any questions for either Dean or Travis? Going once, going twice, gone. Okay. Are there any? I'm sorry, Barb, go ahead.
No, thank you. I think we had a good discussion today.
Great discussion today, guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, next meeting, standard deal, terrific 3 by next time we meet. It's there in the yellow down there at the bottom. June 20. Oh, I wrote the wrong date down, didn't I? That should be June 30th, I believe. Somebody
Or
take
it should be June 22 and 22, and you could have it 2/22. We could start the meeting.
I'm telling you, I'm having all kinds of problems here. Okay,
Okay.
so that
Yeah,
should
June
actually be
30th.
June 30th. June 30th, please.
Got it.
All right. It's just so hard to get good help, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
All right, here, for what it's worth, whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well. And we can thank the 4th Earl of Chesterfield. I don't know if he was smoking cigarettes at the time, but that's the plan. All right, Barb, why don't you close it out? What do you got?
Yeah. Oh, thank you all. And I think, well, we have a lot more work to do, but I think we're going in a good spot. So
Okay.
I know I have work to do on this.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.